Hey guys, Anna Nelson here. Well, guess what? I actually found some time to make a birth video story time. Because all my kids went to sleep super early and my house is clean. So I figured, hey, I might as well get to that video. As much as I would like it to be super fancy, I hope you guys enjoy it because it's not super fancy. I'm using my phone. Okay, so here we go. April 18th, 2017. I was 38 weeks pregnant and 6 days, so I was close to 39 days. And I usually had my midwife appointments on Thursdays. Now, April 18th landed on a Tuesday. And on Monday, that Monday, which would have been April 17th, my midwife called me and said, hey, I have a conference Thursday. Do you mind meeting on Tuesday? I said, sure, whatever. 10 a.m. was our usual time that we met. So I woke up Tuesday morning and I felt really strange. I felt like I was floating. And so I was like, maybe I got lightheaded. I didn't drink enough water. So I took a sip of water. I went to the restroom about 7 in the morning. And when I went to wipe, there was tons of blood. And I'm not joking. Like the toilet bowl was like bloody. It was really scary. So I got scared because I've never seen that much blood like during pregnancy, and that being so close to delivery time, I freaked out a little bit. So I took a picture and I sent it to my midwife. She said that small percentage of women actually show a lot of blood, instead of mucus stuff for their mucus plug. So I was like, oh, okay. So I lost my mucus plug, which was actually a bunch of blood. She assured me that it was fine and that baby could be on his way here, that week. So I said, all right, see you at 10 a.m. Now, that same day, my mom had an appointment at 1 o'clock in Portland, which was near her office. So I just decided to go pick up my mom early. And I said, hey, Mom, I have an appointment at 10. I might as well just pick you up. Your appointment's at noon. We can hang out in Portland for an hour and then go to your appointment and then come back home. She said, all right. She said, come over to my house. I'll make breakfast and just come enjoy some breakfast over here. I said, okay, that works for me. So I got the girls ready, did their hair, got them all pretty, and I went head over to my mom's house. It was around 9:20 when I arrived there, and I was not hungry. I actually had period-like cramps when I was at my mom's house, and they weren't painful. They were just annoying. I didn't eat anything. I ate like maybe 2 pieces of papaya, and which sucks because my mom had really good breakfast that morning. I just couldn't eat. I did send my husband a text, said, hey, you know what? I am having a couple cramps. I'm just letting you know. Just be ready in case today's a day, but I doubt it. And so he said, okay. And so that when the girls were eating breakfast, Evelyn looks at me. She said, Mom, I had a dream that the baby was born today. And I said, oh, baby, I wish. So I just kind of ignored it. So anyway, we had to leave and we got to my doctor's appointment way early. And she's like, yeah, she won't be here for another 20 minutes. So I was like, oh, crap. Okay. So we decided to go around the neighborhood around the neighborhood around my midwife's office. And we walked for 20 minutes. And I was, the cramps were getting a little bit, like more cramp-like, like PMS. And I was getting a little bit nauseous. And I was like, man, these cramps are kind of hurting my back a little bit, but I kept walking. I'd ignore them, they were nothing. So finally I get to my midwife appointment. She looks at me and she goes, oh no, you have a mom face. And I said, mom face? She's like, yeah, I think you might be having a baby. And I said, you haven't even checked me. She said, all right, then let's check you. So she checked me, and I was dilated to 4 centimeters. And I was like, 4 centimeters? How did that happen? I was stuck at a 2 for like forever. She's like, yeah, you're like 80% effaced, and you're dilated to a 4, and you're still bleeding. So yeah, we're gonna have a baby tonight. And I said, okay, whatever. I don't really believe that. And so I told her that I was gonna go take my mom to her appointment at noon, and she said, no, I want you to go home after this. I said, okay. No, I have stuff to do, lady. I love you, but no. So I said, okay, well, I'll keep you updated. And she says, please keep me updated and, use your contraction timer. I said, okay. So our appointments are about an hour long. So we got out around 11 o'clock. And we decided to go find a little park, right? And and a little park, and we didn't even make it to the park because my dad called me and he says, hey, can you just drop off your mom here at my work so that we can go to the appointment together? I said, oh, that works, you know. So I got to my dad's work, and as soon as I pull up to my dad's work, I had contractions, and now they weren't period like cramps anymore. I knew there were contractions, but they were like weirdly on and off. So I was like, okay, maybe my body's getting ready for tomorrow, sometime this week, you know. I don't think today's a day. And so then I just had this feeling though, like even though it might not happen today, I rather baby be born at home than in the car. So I told my mom, you know what, I just don't feel too good. Do you mind if I just go home and I'll let you know what's going on? She said, oh, for sure, you know, just leaving here with your dad. So I left her, dropped her off from Portland, and I start driving back home with the girls. And on the way home, I hit traffic. And my contractions when I left my dad's work were about 10 minutes apart. 10 minutes apart, yeah, I know. And I still didn't think it was time. So, you know, I'm driving and then we hit traffic. And I put it on my GPS to see how long it's going to take me to get home. It says it's going to take half an hour to get home. I'm thinking, half an hour? Are you kidding? Okay, whatever. So I'm sitting there in traffic and my contractions are 7 minutes apart. And I'm nowhere near close to my house. And I'm like freaking out, right? I'm like, I called my midwife and I said, okay, they're about 7 minutes apart, but they don't hurt that bad. You know, they're just a little bit painful, but they're manageable. Like I can breathe through them. I can still talk. You know, they're manageable. She said, okay, just try to get home. So I get out of traffic and I arrive home like at more than 30 minutes. My GPS was wrong, and I actually got home around like 12:40 something. It was like 12:40 something. I pulled up to my driveway. So at that point, my contractions were 5 minutes apart, and I had the girls in the car. And I actually when I was stuck in traffic, I called one of my good friends, Lindsay, and I said, yeah, I think I'm having contractions. They're about 7 minutes apart, and I'm stuck in traffic. So she freaks out. She's like, are you insane? Go home. I'm like, I'm trying to. But anyway, so I pull up to the driveway around 12:40 something, if I can remember. I might be wrong, so don't think I'm lying. So then I get here and I text my midwife and I said, hey, my contractions are about 4 minutes apart. Now maybe it's false labor, but just to be sure, do you want to come over? And she said, that's not false labor. You're going to have a baby. And I was like, okay, so whatever. I don't think so, but just in case, come over. So she says, I'm on my way. She gets here. So I started between the time she got here at 1:10 or so. It was like 1 o'clock, 1:10 when she got here. And from that like 20-25 minute time, I cleaned the house because my house was kind of dirty and I was embarrassed. I was like, look, if I'm gonna have a baby, I want my house clean. So I cleaned up the house. I had the girls, play a little bit outside on the trampoline. It was a really sunny, beautiful day. So I really wanted the girls to enjoy the day. And I called my husband and I said, Christopher, I don't want to freak you out, but I think I'm in labor. My contractions are about 3 minutes apart right now, and Sarah's on her way to set up the pool. So anyway, he says, I'm on my way. And so I called my midwife, and she says, yeah, I'm here. So she pulls up at around 1:30 p.m. and she starts setting up the pool. And she tells me, you know what, I don't think you're going to have the baby like in any minute now, so just don't bother Christopher. We'll call him like in 2 hours or so. I said, okay, well, he's already on his way here. She's like, all right, whatever you guys want to do. So she sets up the birthing pool, and my contractions are getting stronger. They're definitely, I'm having to breathe through them. Yeah, they definitely stop me, in the middle of sentences so I can be able to get through these contractions. I'm actually not rolling on my ball. I'm actually over my yoga ball, breathing through them. So my husband gets here at around 1:30, and he brought food for the midwife team. And I was not hungry. I was just exhausted because I hadn't slept the night before, and my contractions were getting stronger. Now they set up the pool, and I got in because I wanted a water birth. And when I got in, I felt terrible. I didn't want to be in it. I felt so restricted, so claustrophobic. I feel like I had no room to move. And actually, the only position that helped me through my labor was my knees like spread eagle on the floor completely, and belly and my face to the cold floor. And that's the only position that helped. Now, obviously, I can't do that if I'm in a pool. I would drown. So I told them, I need to get out. I need to get out. And they's like, okay, get out. So I got out. And then I told them, I feel like I need to go to the restroom. I feel like I have to go poop. And my midwife said, I'm letting you know now, you're in transition. You don't have to go poop. You're going to have a baby here soon. So I said, no, I have to go to the bathroom. Like, I know when I have to go to the bathroom. So they helped me get up from my pool, and they took me to the hallway bathroom right here in the hallway behind me. And I went to the restroom. Just like I said, I had to go to the restroom. Well, my midwife was inside the bathroom with me, and I was like, get out of here, She's like, no, I don't trust you being by yourself. So I was like, okay. So as soon as I stepped out, guys, no joke, I step out and I feel this uncontrollable, like I've never experienced something in my life like that, where my body is doing something without my permission. It's doing it with or without me. And so I was like, okay, this is where I have to help. So I started pushing, like my body was just taking over, and I just had to choose to help it. So I remember getting on the cold floor and telling my midwife, oh my gosh, we're having a baby. And she's like, yeah, we've been trying to have a baby. And I just remember like this immense, like this huge, like pressure, and having the only way to relieve that pressure was with every contraction to push along with that pressure. And but she said that sometimes there was like there should have been like a half a second at least of resting time in between. Mine didn't stop, so I would have a contraction and I'd push, and I would have to catch my breath in between, and so I'd be like, because I didn't have enough time to take another breath, because the contractions were just back to back to back, without with no rest in between. And so sorry about that, guys. And so then she said, oh, I see your water, it's coming out. He was actually born in the sack. And so when his head was out, his head was in the sack. And my water broke all over the floor. And all I remember was pushing 4 times. And the 4th time I was like, I need to get this baby out. So I pushed one last time, and he just slipped. Like, this kid just flew out. And I caught him, and I put him on my chest, and it was amazing. It was beautiful, and it was fast. He was born at 2:50 p.m. and I don't know what I would have done if my midwife wouldn't have came, or if I wouldn't have told her that I thought was in labor, or if my husband wouldn't have made it. My mom didn't make it. My sister, nobody made it. Nobody, because he came out so quickly. The girls were there to see the whole thing, and it was just magical. It was beautiful, and I just loved every part of my birth with Desmond. And he was 7 pounds 8 ounces and 20.5 inches long, and he had the cutest little cry. And today actually is June 18th, which is Father's Day, and he's 2 months old now. You guys, birth is painful, yes, but it only lasts for so long, and then you stare at them and they're there and it's over and you did it, and you feel amazing and powerful and strong. And you guys, it is so worth having a birth. If you have no complications, just do it. It's awesome, you guys. And anyway, that's a little bit of the birth. Nothing super amazing, but man, was it fantastic for us. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any other questions, other things, I will try to get to it. And I'll show you guys Desmond right now. Hold on. Here's Mr. Desmond. He is 2 months old today. My sweet little chunker munker. He is 11 pounds and 21.5 inches. So he's probably going to be a little stout guy, a short little stout. Short and stout. So what a blessing, you guys. What an experience.